Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to r/AmITheButthole, where you get to decide who was right, who was wrong, or just comment something funny in the comments down below, because why not? Now, I know you all love this sub, so I won't waste another second and get straight into this first post by user/FHDKS throwaway. Here we go. I've been playing the guitar for 22 years. I know guitar values and whatnot very well. I am very into the guitar market. At my wife's old company, she was hanging out with co-workers one day after work, and she mentioned that I play guitar. A co-worker who I guess is very popular at work said that his dad passed away and he was selling his dad's things. His dad had a guitar and he asked my wife if I'd be interested in it. My wife texted me and I said to have him send me the info on the guitar and the price. The next day, he texted me the pics and price. It was a 1952 Telecaster in mint condition. He had the original receipts, which was crazy. That's how I knew the date. I asked what he wanted for it, and he said he looked up Telecasters online, and he thinks $4,000 is fair. I texted back, I'll take it for $4,000, and went to pick it up. The guitar had no sentimental value to him at all. Here's the shorthand. The guitar is worth approximately $50,000. Depending on the buyer, and I knew it. When I got the guitar and told my wife the price and what it was worth, she was floored. Fast forward 2 weeks, and her co-worker tells her that he just found out what the guitar was actually worth from a family friend and wanted it back. She said, well, he really likes the guitar, and he knew it was worth $50,000, which is why he was floored you offered it to him for $4,000. He really likes it, and I doubt he'll sell it back, but you can ask. Probably not the smartest thing for her to say, but she was caught off guard, and it's not her fault or problem. He contacted me and asked to buy it back. I said that it's not for sale. He then said I scammed him and he was going to sue me and take my wife to HR for being a part of the scam. Which was nuts, but he actually did contact HR. They were cool about it and said it's not their problem. It's between him and me. Over the next few months, he made things very uncomfortable for my wife at work. He would bug her constantly about it. She eventually had to go to HR for harassment, and they actually let him go. She complained twice, and he was warned and didn't stop. He contacted me several times about it, so I got a restraining order for harassment too. I blocked him too. I haven't heard from him in about a year. Am I the butthole? I mean, I'm not too sure what to say with this one. On the one hand, it's not great what OP did, especially when it's a co-worker of his wife's, which could cause a fair bit of trouble down the line. But on the other hand, it's not like OP coerced this co-worker or forced them to sell this guitar for this price. And here's actually an update from OP, so let's see what unfolds. Well, this post blew up way beyond what I was expecting. It looks like I was voted not the butthole. There's over 5,000 comments. I couldn't read them all, but I did read a lot. Just to clear some things up. I left some things out because I didn't want it to influence opinions, and really wanted it to be about me buying a guitar at a significantly lower market value versus the people in the story. I did include the fact that the guy was harassing my wife at work, not to make the guy sound bad, but because I thought it was relevant to the story. Here's some specific details I chose not to include. The guy and his dad weren't close at all, so those people saying he was grieving and I took advantage of him, that is 100% not the case. When I went to get the guitar, he was telling me he hadn't talked to his dad in 6 years, and was actually annoyed he had to deal with a funeral. The dad bought the guitar new and never played it. Luckily, it was stored in a closet and not in a basement or attic. There's no issue with the wood or electronics. It plays like a dream, and I couldn't be happier. I'm not selling the guitar to the son or anyone. It'll be with me for a long time. I'm in my 30s, so maybe in 30 years, it'll find a new home. I would have maybe considered giving the guy more money or giving him one of my guitars to sell on his own. But I decided not to do that after he left a terrible voicemail on my phone the day he found out the real value. He demanded it back like he was entitled to an object he sold fair and square. He called me a piece of garbage, called my wife a piece of garbage, and said he would do bad things if I didn't sell him the guitar back. And to those people who say they would have told the guy the real value, that's a load of BS. If you went to a garage sale or estate sale and saw an item worth $5,000 priced at $50, there's not a snowball's chance in hell you would walk up to the homeowner and tell him they mispriced it. You'd buy the item and then tell all your friends and family what a great score you got. Don't even kid yourself like you wouldn't do that. I don't feel bad about buying an awesome guitar at a steal of a price. I was curious what others would think, and it looks like I'm not the butthole, so thank you, Reddit. I can play the guitar with zero guilt now. Not like I felt guilty before, but now my feelings are justified. And honestly, with this edit, I feel like OP is less of a butthole than this co-worker, but I'm still conflicted about the fact whether he is a butthole or not, whether I should vote not the butthole or ESH, so tell me down below and I'll see what I think about it. And here's our next post by user/loudalbatross. So, my butthole parents named me Crystal. And for those of you listening and not watching, the spelling is QUR-STYLLE, so more something like Kerstyle. And my whole life, I've gotten stuff like, are you Muslim? What language does your name originate from? What country are you from? And people butchering its pronunciation for obvious reasons. I've always told people to just spell it as Crystal. And my parents, mainly mum, would take huge offense to it. And would email my teachers every year to make sure they pronounce my name correctly. My mum even grounded me once because I told people to just save my name as Crystal, normal spelling, in their contacts. Now that I'm a legal adult, I got my name changed to Crystal, the regular spelling. So now I don't have to deal with this frickin' BS for the rest of my life. Having this BS spelling and having to correct everyone every day was annoying as hell. And everyone before they met me would always think I'm some spoiled brat when that isn't true at all. Your name affects how people see you. Much of it is subconscious, and having these BS spellings isn't good. My mum lost her ish and started crying and threatened to cut me off for doing this. She said I betrayed her and our family by doing this. I'm pretty sure I'm in the right, but I need a sanity check here. I told my mum to go F herself and F off for causing me all these problems in my life and not supporting me and taking my complaints into consideration over my own frickin' name. My mum is a B and my dad is a spineless coward. OP, of course, not the butthole. That is such a weird thing to do, and there's a bunch of these names floating around. My favourite being Absidy, spelled ABCDE. And here's our next post by user/MyChickenMyRules543. My sister, 24 female, has been vegan for years. She met her husband, 25 male, in 11th grade. They watched some documentaries together, and bam, they've been annoying vegans ever since. They've calmed down a lot recently though, which is nice, but man, those high school days were rough. Anyway, the three of us all live with my parents due to financial reasons, and since my parents won't let any of us pay rent, we do all the cooking and cleaning. Now, as for me, I, 23 female, will never be vegan because my favourite food is fried chicken. Ever since I was little, I would always ask my mum to make fried chicken. I know how to butcher and fry my own chicken from scratch, and it's a weekly ritual for me. On fried chicken nights, I'll usually have my sister make the sides so she can make them vegan and still eat with us. The problem is, she always moans about how watching me butcher and fry the chicken makes her sick. And she's even tried to get me to do the butchering in another room while she's in the kitchen, which is never gonna happen because that's both unreasonable and unsanitary. Well, here's where the story turns. My sister is pregnant. And now she's been craving fried chicken. She literally eats KFC behind her husband's back. She even bought a mini fridge to put in the garage behind the spare fridge, where she hides entire buckets and eats out of them throughout the course of a few days, while her husband is away at work. He's a trucker. Needless to say, I find this hilarious. I keep telling her that she just needs to tell her husband and he'll understand. I know him really well. I don't think he'd freak out if she just explained it due to cravings. But she refuses, because she's the one who made him go vegan in the first place, and she doesn't want to be a hypocrite. Now, here's the story. Last week, I'm frying up my chicken, and brother-in-law is out on the road. My sister is behind me making the usual sides, and I notice she's staring at my chicken. As everything starts getting plated, she asked if she can just have a drumstick. No, the drumsticks are mine. Everyone in the family knows this. She then asks if she can have a thigh. No, those are Dad's favourite pieces. She asks for a wing, and no again. Those are Mum's favourite pieces. She asks for a breast, and I say no again, because I like to save those for making wraps for next day for lunch. and she can eat the hippie stuff she normally eats. She gets super annoyed at me, complaining loudly the rest of the time we're cooking, all the way to when we finally sit down for dinner. She manages to bully my parents into each giving her a wing and 5 from their own plates. And they're all still calling me buttholes for it. But it's my chicken. And after how much trash she's given me for butchering the chickens, she can't just suddenly act as if she's so entitled to it. Am I the butthole? I'm making fried chicken again tonight. So, should I offer to share my chicken so my family doesn't get mad at me? Oh my god, OP, of course you should share your chicken. Why are you being so petty? I mean, of course your sister is a butthole for annoying you for so many years about it, but you're also a butthole for not sharing your chicken, so I say everyone sucks here. And here's our next post by user/content opinion. I'm a 24-year-old woman of Indian heritage, and I've been dating my white boyfriend, 26, for the past 3 years. My boyfriend loves my cooking, and I often cook Indian dishes like butter chicken, sag paneer, tandoori chicken, and chicken tikka masala for him. So, back in mid-March, my boyfriend's father and his wife came to visit us all the way from Alabama to tell my boyfriend about their pregnancy. Of course, we had no idea that she was 5 months pregnant when they told us they were coming over. We assumed it would be a 3-night thing, and then we'd go back to living our normal lives. Obviously, the situation changed, and they're now stuck here for a while. Truth be told, we were definitely not prepared for their extended stay. Now, I often cook Indian for my boyfriend, and I have a lot of spices and masalas stored in my kitchen, some of which I actually got from my ancestral village in India. Turns out, his stepmom can't handle the smell of Indian spices, so we decided to stop cooking Indian food. However, last night, we were basically like, F this, we've had enough, and decided to treat ourselves to a garlic naan and butter chicken dinner. His stepmom and father were at the hospital the whole day, and I utilised that time to cook. When they got home, my boyfriend and I were just about to start our dinner. The moment she stepped inside, she crunched her nose up in disgust and complained about our home smelling like curry. Then she asked what was in the menu. When I offered them to eat with us, she said that she'd rather not, as the food apparently looked like poop. I was legitimately angry at this point, but I wasn't going to lose my cool on a pregnant lady. Later in the night, she had a craving and woke me up from my sleep, asking for leftover butter chicken. Oops, we didn't save any. She then ordered my boyfriend's dad to get her Indian food. The poor dude spent 2 hours out driving in the middle of the night looking for Indian food, but he didn't get any. When he came back empty-handed, his wife threw a toddler tantrum crying about wanting butter chicken. His dad then asked me to cook it for her. I put my foot down, it was 4 in the morning, and I didn't want to spend 4 hours in the kitchen. His stepmom then guilt-tripped my boyfriend about not caring about his unborn brother. What the F? Am I the butthole? Look, OP, I'm gonna go with not the butthole. I think this is a pretty easy decision here. And guys, I think that post will be the last one for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel for edit videos 3 times every single week. But with that said, that is it from me. I hope you all enjoyed, and all I want to do is see you all here next time. See you later, guys.